Now we're going to take a look at the Woodcraft aisle, and as you can see, it goes down both sides. There's large projects, small projects. Let's take a closer look. Unfinished craft wood, price $4.99, is 40% off. And the first thing I see here is this wooden canoe shelf. You could put that on a ledge or hang it on the wall. That is so cute. Originally $11, and it has a little drawer that opens. That's a lot of fun. Wouldn't that be cute in a little boy's room? Lots of wooden disc blanks. The larger ones are $15. The medium size is $10. And then these smaller ones, you get 6 plywood circles for $6. This is a neat hanging craft. Woodcraft. Has a tassel at the bottom. These are pretty. You could do that for any season. Is this a tray back here? It is a wooden tray you could personalize. It's originally $18. And it does come with a hook if you wanted to hang that up on the wall. This is beautiful, this frame. You could decoupage something there in the center or paint a picture. It's originally $29. That's gorgeous. Look at this with the bow on top. So many wooden frames and blanks. Tell me some ideas that you have for these wonderful wooden projects. Have you done any projects with the wooden blanks? Let me know. I'd love to see them. Here's a dog bone made of plywood. You could personalize for $3. Here's some darker wood blanks. These are in heart shape. Originally $11. They come with a jute hanger. I'm going to go back down and show you the bottom half of this aisle now, because there's also large framed blanks that you can work with. And then three-dimensional objects like these adorable letter blocks. Aren't these cute? They're cubes, and they come with a hinged door that opens up so you could store things inside. And they have letters on the outside. That would be such a fun project, and you could use that as a shower decoration and a baby shower gift. There's 2 different sizes. Or let's see, I think there's 3 different sizes. The smallest blocks are originally 23. And it goes all the way up to this really large size. It's a 4-piece coaster set you could personalize for $8.50. Some more serving trays, baskets and storage and crates. I like this coaster set. It even has its own container, its own holder for storage. It's $10. These are fun. Round wooden boxes with a lid for $8.50. And they have smaller containers. I like some of these that have the clear window in them. It's made of glass. And then you have the wooden container. Make a pretty little jewelry box for $6. Some more little chests and places to keep your treasure. This is neat. Little trinket box. Comes with a latch on the front. It's originally $14, and it has a glass panel, glass window there so you can see what's inside. That'd be fun for storing your smaller scrapbooking items or beads. So we covered one side of the wood aisle, Woodcrafts. Now we're going to go down the other side here. Lots of wooden blanks for plaques. And here is a variable speed rotary toolkit for $30, kind of like a Dremel. and clock making supplies. There's also wood carving tools, whittling, and wood stamps. Here's a wood burning stamp set. It has all the letters of the alphabet in uppercase for $18. There's some of the rotary tool accessories for $18. And there is a wood burner for $11. We have a variety of wood burners with different accessories. There's a 5-in-1 cordless staple and nail gun for $30. Some hot glue guns, and then lots of hardware, tacks, brads, some little tiny door pulls, and hinges. Well, these are fun. These are some blanks for your light switch cover that you could customize. And some fun projects, different shapes. If you were teaching kids the different states, you could have them do a study of each state and then paint the state as you complete it, or as you travel, you could paint each state. It's originally $5.50. I just found it ironic. This was made in Canada. I don't know why that struck me as so funny. There's a football and a horse, surfing, alligator, and natural wood rounds. Now here's something I've never noticed before, but this looks like so much fun. It's a DIY Chinese checkerboard. You could even color, paint, or decoupage the little checker pieces. That's only $12 to begin with, and then you take an additional 40% off. How fun would that be to do with your children or grandchildren? And then you could play a game of Chinese checkers. They have different game boards here. Let's see, what is this game? Do you recognize it? Let's take a look. Wooden Ludo? I'm not familiar with that game. You guys let me know. Looks like it comes with a die that you roll. Let me know in the comments if you have ever played this game and if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ludo? And the other day I showed you they have a giant version of this. It's probably 3 feet square that you could personalize. That would be a lot of fun for an outdoor game. This one is $4 originally. And here is a welcome to our home sign for $16. You can change that seasonally. So it has little pieces that you can trade out for each holiday to take the place of the O in home. Some cutting boards and charcuterie boards and different wooden blanks. These smaller blanks are $2. She's beautiful. Some of these are very detailed. This guy is $2.50 originally. And then there are larger ones as well. Look at that filigree design around the frame. It's beautiful. They have plain bead wreaths that you could personalize. This larger size is $15. The medium size is $10. And let's see what the smallest one is. $4. Some more wooden toy blanks. I like the shark down here. Take a look at that. Wouldn't that be fun to paint and then play with? He's jointed so he moves around. They also have that in an alligator and some smaller snakes. Here's a lizard. No, I guess that's another gator. And wooden puzzles you can paint. This one's originally $7.50. And not only could they work the puzzle, they could paint and personalize that. There's a shape puzzle. And you could design your own puzzle. It would be fun to decoupage someone's photo on there and then put it back together again. These are fun little turtles that roll along. You could personalize those. Originally $10. Let's see what happens when we roll him. Does his head move? Yeah, His little head bobs up and down. That's a lot of fun. Solar system puzzle. That's nice for $8.50. Some bird feeders, bird houses. There's a little mailbox, and look at this canoe. That's balsa wood. It's very lightweight. It even has a paddle in there. That's so cute. That would be a lot of fun to personalize. Originally $5. And I think that covers the Woodcraft aisles. We bid down both sides. Oh, there's more Woodcraft blanks. Some letters. Looks like these have already been, yeah, these are primed and painted, so you would use these as is. And then these are some wood blanks that are unprimed, unfinished, but they've been sanded for $13. These are laser cut alphabet pieces, all uppercase. But then you can also get a smaller version of those, or I should say medium. These are $7.50 because there is an even smaller version for $7. They have letters and numbers, different fonts, and even these super large letters. These are wooden blanks. They're unfinished, and they come with a little place there that you could hang them. See how much these larger letters are. $13 originally. And then lots of letter blanks in all sizes, shapes, colors, styles. Here's some more smaller wood crafts. Those are fun. Little wooden boy and girl stick figures. You could do puppet shows with those. $4.50. Little tiny clothespins for $2.50. And then you have artistic appliques that are made of wood. These are $5 each. Different little special embellishments. And then these smaller wooden objects are $2. Lots of fun. There's some spools. You could even make your own napkin holders. There's a collection of wooden dowels in all different shapes and sizes. These are the longer ones, and then up here they have prepackaged shorter dowels. These are $3.50 a pack, and they're all $3.50 or below, except for this pack. You get a 4-piece. These chunkier ones are $3.80. And these are already finished wooden craft figures. They're already pre-painted and ready to go. This would be great for the classroom. Lots of wooden cutouts. Some cute animals. Like that octopus hiding back there and the shark. Here's a big bass fish. Some seasonal. And some sports. Let's see how much this big baseball is. $1.30 originally. And there's a 3D flower kit for $13. There's a 3D wooden sunflower kit for $23. Let's see what comes in this set. Looks like it has a stand and some smaller flowers. It includes white glue and a screwdriver, and then everything you need to make that cute little sunflower. These are the large tic-tac-toe boards I was talking about earlier. They had the smaller version, but these are only $25, and they're probably 3 feet square. Wouldn't that be fun to decoupage or paint and use outside for your kids or grandkids? And there's an additional 40% off of that. We're getting into the painting section here. They do have some fun stencils, some cute ducks, some stencil brushes, and even a pickleball stencil. Now, I have done some stenciling in my time, not so much on paper. Well, this is neat. It goes on the 2-ounce paint bottles, so you could put it directly on the paint bottle and not have to keep dabbing. The stencils I worked with did a little something different. I'll try to attach that video if I can find it, but I used joint compound like spackle that you fill holes in the wall with, drywall, and I used that on stencil to make some textured decorations for my cabinets, but I also did an entire faux tile backsplash using stencils. That was a lot of fun. And my kitchen is still tiled that way with joint compound and stencils. Here's a screen printing DIY kit for $84. And if you like tie-dyeing, there's tie-dye kits. It's a lot of fun for $25. And they have everything you would need. The squeeze bottles and spray bottles, and they even have raw cotton things that you can dye, that you can use the tie-dye kit with. Here's some fabric markers, personalized clothing and anything fabric paint. Here's a shirt form that you could use. It's $1.29. That would be helpful if you're personalizing some shirts. And puffy paint, textured paint for clothing. Some more fabric paint in jewel tones. Brush on fabric paint. Those are $2 each. And then they have fabric spray paint. Those are $6 each. Here's some more craft paint offerings, and they have the regular folk art that you can find a lot of places. But there is a wide variety of colors. This is a beautiful purple. I'm not sure if this is a fabric safe paint. Let's see, all-purpose water-based. This is just an acrylic paint, but it's a permanent acrylic. There's glossy and satin finish paints. Multi-surface paint, that is $1.80. And there's even glitter paints. Those are a little bit more. It's the Folk Art brand for $4.80. And then if you are just starting out and you want a whole bunch of paint in different colors and sheens, for $10, there's a 20-piece set. There's primary and metallic paints for $6. And then smaller sets as well. You can have primary, bright, or metallic. Those are $2 each. There's primary and metallic for $6. They also have some paint markers for $15. Or you can get them individually for $2 each. Lots of paint brushes and sponge brushes. It's a good deal. A whole value pack of some brushes, 25 pieces for $4. This is nice, very nice. Non-slip comfort grip. That would be very helpful to cut down on the fatigue. Those are $8 for a nice big pack. And then your regular standard assorted brushes. Some palettes, chalk and wax oval brush. Interesting, so they have some nice specialty brushes as well. And if you're interested in metal leafing projects, this is a good place to come. They have metal leaf in gold, mixed metal, silver, and champagne. Those are $3.80. They also have metallic wax for only $2. And some metallic markers. Some interesting products called Rub and Buff. It's a wax metallic finish that you rub on there, and they have that in different colors. Silver leaf, gold leaf, ebony, antique gold. Interesting. Then a whole section of spray paints. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope I showed something that you enjoy. Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe and share, share, share. That's how you say thank you. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new video. Until then, take care and God bless.